From ditching the PGA Tour for more money to being blackballed by several golf clubs, the past 6 months have been a wild ride for Cameron Smith. But why is the 2022 Open Championship winner being treated this way? Well, first things first, these are all just rumors, so I can't tell you guys anything for certain. But it seems to be because the PGA Tour is super frustrated about their star player jumping ship and joining their rival. So, people have been speculating that the tour has put a lot of pressure on local clubs, including the iconic TPC Sawgrass. How so? Well, apparently, the PGA Tour said that if any of those clubs granted Cameron a membership, they'd stop doing business with him. Obviously, that's the last thing any of these clubs would want, and it's not too far-fetched to believe that this is exactly what's going on either. I mean, do you remember what happened with Cameron's parking spot at TPC Sawgrass following his departure? The tour wasted absolutely no time in removing it, which is proof enough of how angered they are by his choice to leave them. So if they could be that petty, it's likely that the tour could be behind Smith being allegedly blackballed by the local clubs in question. Though, as I said, this is just a rumor, and there's enough proof to disprove it as well. Now, it's understandable why all the speculation started in the first place. After all, Smith lives so close to TPC Sawgrass and has always practiced there, but that isn't the case anymore. Thankfully though, an anonymous source who's a close friend of Cameron cleared things up. He said that the rumor is just a whole load of hogwash. However, Smith's friend did confirm that his team sent feelers on his behalf asking various clubs if he could practice on their courses and join them. The clubs included the Ponte Vedra Inn, the Atlantic Beach Country Club, and of course, the Sawgrass Country Club. The only issue is that all these clubs have insane waiting lists. So Cameron's team was told that the star player would have to be placed at the back of the line and wouldn't receive any preferential treatment. Ouch! But it's important to remember that clubs such as Sawgrass have treated other athletes and coaches in the same way. So there's no evidence that the PGA impacted the club's decisions. But wait, this wasn't the only rumor. The word on the street was that Smith was also escorted away from a private club. Yep, according to the rumor, the athlete was ushered off the grounds at Pablo Creek. And the craziest part is that apparently this happened while a bunch of other prominent people were present. Seriously, I'm talking dudes like the former PGA Tour commissioners Dean Beeman and Tim Fincham. So if he was escorted out in front of people like that, it must have been embarrassing to say the least. But Smith's friends shut this rumor down as well. According to him, Cameron never went near the gate. He added that Matt Every was actually going to host Smith at Pablo in December. But because of Hurricane Ian and the course being closed for maintenance, that didn't happen. The athlete's friends said that the 2022 Open champion hasn't had any problems playing golf. Plus, he even mentioned that Smith isn't too fond of playing golf when he's off. What's more, he added that if Cameron's home for just a week, he doesn't really play golf until he shows up for his tournament. Though I guess that makes sense since he's a noted fisherman, so he'd rather unwind by going fishing. Now, as crazy as this sounds, there were 2 more rumors regarding the defending British Open champ. So what were they? Well, one of them was that the athlete intends on buying Glenkernan Golf and Country Club in Jacksonville. And guess what? Smith's friend said he was aware that everyone kept talking about this. But again, they were quick to point out that Cameron's never been to the club and has no interest in buying any clubs for now. As for the word on the street that Smith was moving, it doesn't seem like that's exactly the case. It's been confirmed that the 2022 Players' Championship winner purchased an undisclosed property in St. Augustine. But according to his close friend, it might just be because he wants to build his own practice facility. The past year has clearly been crazy for Smith. He's won championships and then been stuck in all this PGA Live drama while having to deal with all sorts of rumors. So that begs an important question. How's the athlete feeling about everything so far? Well, as early as November, he was pretty content with his decision to leave the tour. Smith spoke to the Daily Mail Australia ahead of the Fortnite Australian PGA Championship and told them all about how he felt when he made his choice. For him, it was definitely a scary career move, but he made sure to consult his family and close friends before doing so. And then Cameron revealed that he had absolutely no regrets. Plus, even though Smith's colleagues and friends from the PGA Tour don't agree with his decision, he said that he's still friends with them. What's more, according to Cameron, the real winners in all of this are the fans. After all, the more eyes on golf, the better it is for the sport, right?
Our golf fans become younger. I think we need to do something to make it exciting for them. I think it was the right move.
That said, were fans actually happy with Smith's decision? Well, clearly not. Almost every golf fan went insane and criticized him like crazy. Numerous people called the move a career mistake, while some called him a money chaser who ruined his chances of becoming an all-time great. Another even said Smith's career was over. One fan jokingly said that Cameron could afford to pay his bills now. Some people also called the defending British Open champ a sellout. Numerous others were disappointed because they thought Smith played for the love of the game rather than for money. So it's clear that the fans weren't happy at all when they found out about the athlete's decision. If anything, most of them felt betrayed. But were they just being a little too harsh? After all, everyone has their reasons for what they choose to do. What were Smith's reasons, though? Well, obviously, money has to be a major factor, and he didn't have any trouble admitting it, so you've got to respect his honesty. After all, LIV offered him a whopping $100 million, so it was literally an offer he couldn't refuse. But Cameron also added that a major reason was that he found LIV's schedule really appealing. And that's pretty fair, since it allows him to spend more time at home with his family in Australia.
For me, the biggest attraction was spending more time at home, getting that part of my life back. It's something that I've really missed. For me to be able to go home, see my family, and play golf there more often, that was a really big up for me.
But joining LIV has also proved to have its disadvantages for the athlete. I mean, his decision has come between him and that world #1 spot. Yep, unfortunately for Smith, the Saudi-backed series is yet to acquire official world golf ranking recognition. And with Cameron banned from the PGA because of his move to LIV, he was left with no chance to compete for world ranking points. Sadly, that stopped him from finally reaching the top of the mountain, even though he was phenomenal in 2022. The Australian is trying his best not to take this to heart, but he couldn't deny the fact that it hurts for him to not be at the very top. As he said himself, he was so close to achieving the amazing feat, and it was something he wanted to tick off his bucket list. But unfortunately, he won't be able to, at least for now. Now, no one knows what the future holds, but there's no doubt that Smith definitely hurt his career by deciding to leave the tour. And that, folks, is it from my end on all things Cameron Smith.